This point in time, it was 2022, I had shifted everything, my diet. I was like very sensitive. Anything that I would eat, if I eat something, I would get sick. And this employee was an older man, and he said to me, do you know what? Acids can actually be healed. I guess when the Bible says, "O you of little faith," they were actually talking about me. Because I had that disease for so long, I was no longer seeing it like that. This was like more, almost 10 years. Hey YouTube, welcome to my channel. It is your girl Pet. It's been a while since I did a sit down, so I was just like, you know what, today is a good day. I have a bit of time. Let me talk to you guys. How are you? How are you? How are you? Comment right now. Tell me, how are you right now? How have you been? How is everything? Oh, on my side, everything has been good. God has been keeping me. God has been, doing a lot. And I'm just so grateful. I'm just so thankful. The reason why I've decided to come here and do a chit chat with you is to share my testimony. You know what? I've been meaning to record this one for a while, but I was just like, you know what? I think today is the day. Today's the day to finally share it. So before I start, I just thought of sharing a verse first and then start telling you about my testimony. So the verse goes like this. Is in Psalms 103, verse 1 to 3, and it says, a psalm of David. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me. Bless his holy name. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits, who forgives all thine iniquities, who heals all thy diseases. So that's in Psalms. So my testimony goes like this. So I started getting sick with acids when I was in I think it was form 1, form 2. At around that time, I think I was just 14, 13, 14, 15. That's when I started getting sick. I was at boarding school. During that time, I was at Guinea-Fowl High School. Hi, Guinea-Fowl High School students, if you are here, our class of, I just forgot the class. But yeah, I was at boarding school, Guinea-Fowl High School, and I think I was in form 1 or form 2, form 3, somewhere there. I was around 13, 14 years. That's when I started getting sick with acids. So back then, it was considered that, or I thought that it's, those small packet of chips, mazepe, that we used to eat at boarding school. I thought, okay, maybe it is caused by this, because guys, then and now, I'm a salty girl. People that know me, they know that I love salty things. I'm not what do you call it? There's sweet or savory. I'm a savory girl. I like all things salty. I like chips. I like meat. I like all those things. I don't like chocolates. I don't even eat chocolates. Yeah, juice, this day I'm starting to like it. But back in high school, I didn't even drink my juice, those two liters. It was not my favorite. I'm a salty girl, so those small packets of Zepnex were my thing. I would eat and eat and eat and eat, and I started getting being sick with acids. And like any other sickness, you don't know what you're suffering from. You're just like, my stomach hurts, I have these symptoms. And if any of you have suffered from acids, you know how it is that you start, or your tummy hurts. It's like you're having a heartburn, or you want to throw up, or you have a running stomach, or something like that. Like, it doesn't just happen one day, it is like a continuous thing. And that is when I started getting passes from our school to say, okay, go and get medication. I think I would get those MMTs back then, I think so. I don't forget, like I forgot, I don't remember anymore, but that is when it all started. Little did I know that I was going to be battling with that issue for a long time. And I also want to share this to anyone who has acids or who is suffering from acids. One of the things that makes the acids go up or make you sick is stress. It is stress. If you get stressed, it will affect your stomach and then acid. Yeah, so that is also another thing to look out for, that when you're stressed, you will get sick. That is why it is important to always be happy. So for the longest of time, I went through the ups and downs of acids, Form 4, Form 5, Form 6, and for the longest time, since I was in Form 2, like 13, 14, I was now on and off to the doctors, getting checked here and there. Maybe I would say 3 months, and then I'm sick again, I have to go back. And back then, I remember, this is what I later learned when I was now around like 13, 14, 15, around 15, 16, that diet also contributes. But also considering how we are in Zimbabwe, and some of the things we don't have that luxury to say, okay, I just want to change my diet, and then the money is there for you to do so. Let's say one of the things that is like, no, you shouldn't eat, it's vegetables, which is part of our day-to-day, like our daily the green vegetables. You shouldn't eat them, they are too acidic, they'll cause you pain. But then that is what we eat every day. That now became a challenge for me, because I couldn't like adapt to those things to say, okay, let me just change and not eat vegetables, let me not eat this. I was still a student. As time goes on, it became so bad. Even though we couldn't afford that lifestyle, we just had to make changes. And I remember there was a point in time where I couldn't eat sadza anymore. I couldn't eat vegetables, like I said. I couldn't eat too much, or I couldn't eat too less. Like, I was trying to balance everything. I couldn't drink juices. I think this is recently, this actually happened recently. It was in 2020, yeah, 2020, 2019, 2020, where I would look at food and be like, the moment that I eat that, my stomach, I know it will definitely hurt. So I was not eating. And the weather changes. It also contributed to me being sick as well. If it's too hot, I would be very sick. And somehow it contributes to the acid. I don't know. If there's someone who did medicine or who knows something like that, why is it when it's hot, like the acid, like I would get sick, like when you sleep or you want to go to the doctors, even if you take medication. I remember I get to a point where I could take medication and it didn't work anymore. I was still in pain. My stomach still hurts. I was now having a running stomach, and I couldn't take anything. Like, if I take something, I'll make sure, I'll know definitely that I am going to the bathroom for a while. And I think my university roommate can attest to that, because I remember when I was in part 4, it happened, and it was so bad. And if you've been to Chinhoyi, it is very hot. I want to tell you about my healing journey, how it happened. So come 2020, 2024, 2023, 2022. 2022, I was working at this company. I think you have seen me posting about it. This company that I used to work at. And this other employee of mine, I was actually complaining to him. I'm saying, you know how it is when you're like, no, I don't eat those things. I've got acids. I don't take the ABC. I've got acids. And this employee was an older man, and he said to me, do you know what? Those acids can actually be healed. And trust me, I'm not saying, I guess when the Bible says, "O you of little faith," they were actually talking about me. Because as much as I have believed the message, I have believed healing, I've believed the word of God. I don't think for me, because I had that disease for so long, I never really believed that it could work like that. I hope I'm making sense. Say that, yes, I've listened to messages. I actually, when say if you want healing, I'm one of the people that were, okay, Lord, I want healing for my acids. But I was not one of those people that would say, okay, maybe, not even maybe, that maybe one day I will get healed of this disease. I was no longer seeing it like that, because I had acids for a very long time. This was like almost 10 years. So I didn't see it that way. And at this point in time, it was 2022, I had shifted everything, my diet. I was like very sensitive. Anything that I would eat, if I eat something, I would get sick. If I take even like the food that I say, okay, I eat, I would get sick. Like, that's where I was at. And I remember before that, I'd actually spent a lot of time going to the doctors, up and down, going to the doctor, and him saying, we are not seeing anything, we're only seeing that your pH level is high, meaning that you're acidic, like you have a lot of acids in your stomach. But those acids, they are not that bad. Like, as much as they are bad, they are not that bad. Just take medication. And I would go and say, the medication is not working, give me something. So I remember that time they were like, if it continues like that, we have to insert a thing that goes into your stomach. I don't know what it's called. And then it goes to see if probably you now have ulcers. That is how bad it had gotten to. That is where I was. Just thinking about it, but God is so good. So back to my story. This man actually said to me, he's not even a Christian, to think about it, and he said, do you know that you can get healed from acids? Like, they can go like completely. I was like, what? Yes. And he started telling me his story, and he was like, now he's like a father, probably 40 so years. But then he was like, back when I was still in university, 20 something, I had terrible acids. Terrible acids. But let me tell you something, if you just follow that diet, if you just say, you know what, for the next 3 months, I am dedicating myself to not eating vegetables, to not do this A, B, C, D, they will go. Like, just follow that diet, they will go. I was like, very true, they can go. But I was not being truthful. I was not believing that 100% that, you know what, like, this has been my life, like. But then that time, that's when I started also like trying to change my diet. You know what, in Zimbabwe, it doesn't work, guys. It doesn't work, because you're gonna eat salsa at one point. Your family cannot afford to eat rice every day, or give you all these sort of things. No onion, no tomatoes, no. What is cooked, that's what you eat. Fast forward to 2023. My mom said to me, when it was now around last year, this is last year, around end of year, and she said to me, I haven't heard you talk about getting sick or acids in a while. Like you are sick, like you are healed now. I was like, wait a minute. And it is very true. 4 months, for a long time, I haven't gotten sick. That is when I realized, like, I haven't talked about acids in a while. I was healed. Like, I was healed. And I can actually test even up to today that the way I am loving green vegetables, I can actually, naturally, I don't like salsa. Like, maybe it's something that I carried then, but I don't like salsa. The way I'm like, even when I'm eating anything, I put green vegetables. That is how healed I was. And for a long time, I've just been eating what the family has been eating. No complaints, no what. That is when I realized that God heals. God, it was not, and I cannot say, oh, it was diet, because I told you I was failing in Zimbabwe. In this economy, you cannot afford to go and eat cucumbers or that kind of fancy food where you're like, okay, I don't put onions, I don't, like, you just eat what is provided, what is there, what your family can afford. So I can say that I was healed. I can say that I am healed even up to today. And to tell you the truth, I don't know when and how it happened. What I know is I woke up one day, many months later, to only realize that even now it's very hot. Like, Zimbabwe is very hot right now. I would be sick. Like, I was someone who would sleep in the afternoon, and maybe when it's cool in the evening, that's when I'll be like, okay, let's do something. But I haven't, like, I'm not eating anything, I'm not getting sick, unless maybe if I eat bad food or something, like the normal stomach ache, but not the acid. Not the acid. I've been sick with that for a long time to know that I'm healed. I'm healed. And I would just want to end this video by just encouraging someone who has been going through something, I don't know what sickness or something, that just say it's been years or there's no way. You know what? It can happen. And personally, I feel like all those times when I used to go and get prayed for, let's say by get prayed for by a pastor, I say I'm sick, I have acids, please pray for me. All those times I would read my Bible and highlight, I am the one who healeth all your diseases. He was, by each and every one of his stripes, you were healed. I was believing. I was like the Bible says, like, if you only have faith like a mustard, like but little mustard seed, you can say to that mountain, move. So all those times I was getting prayed for, all those times I was reading the Bible and believing, all those times I was lifting my hands in church when the one who is praying says, if you have any request, to raise up your hand, and I'll be like, God, please heal me. Those things added up. Even though they were tiny bit of seed, they added up to make a seed which said to that mountain, move. Just move. All those time I listened to the message preached by William Marion Branham and just believed when he prays for people that also I am healed. That was when that I was forming that mustard seed, and I'm just so grateful that even after a year, after I realized that I'm not sick anymore, I am still healed. I am healed, good. Any food, bring it on, I can eat. as long as I like it. So thank you so much for watching this video. I just hope you are encouraged, and I just hope you also get to believe. That's what the Bible says. Just believe all things are possible. If you are like me, who was doubting this for a long time, it can happen. Hear it from someone who didn't believe it. It can happen. It happened to me. It will happen to you. And to those who are sick of acids, acid is nothing. You can get completely healed, like 100% healed. I am here to tell you that. Thank you so much for watching this. Don't forget to like, to comment, to subscribe. Tell me, do you have a testimony? Share it in the comment section. Share your testimony. I want to hear it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm back. I'll be sharing a few videos, more videos soon. Thank you. Bye.